This very young girl of 22 years old, whose name is Ememem Deborah, was a student of University of Nigeria in Nsukka in Enugu State, that's southeastern part of Nigeria. She was murdered in a hotel on the night of her birthday, that's on the 14th of June 2025. The question right now is that why was she murdered and by who? Could it be her boyfriend, a serial killer, or just an armed robber? Whoever must have done this, it's already clear that it's not for ritual purposes, because when her dead body was found, all her body parts were still intact. Please watch this video to the end so that you will know how she even got to the hotel in the very first place and the reason why she was murdered. So some weeks before her birthday, that's early days of June 2025, she returned to school to finish up her clearance, and that was when she met this young man here, Emmanuel Gambo. Emmanuel Gambo is from Kogi State, that's north central part of Nigeria, and is also a student of that same university and is just 22 years old. They exchanged phone numbers and started calling and texting each other like what every regular girl would do. Being that she was already interested in this young man, she had to discuss with her friends that there's a young man that's already asking her out and she's falling for the guy and she intends to be in a relationship with the young man. Her friends there told her that okay, if you feel that you like the guy, you can go ahead to do so. On the 14th of June 2025 was the day of her birthday. She and this young man met in the morning and made an arrangement to meet later that night at a hotel. She didn't invite this young man for her birthday because she wanted to be with her friends alone, besides that they already have plans to spend the night together. At about 9 p.m. she went to the hotel to meet this guy. While she was going, she went there with a bottle of wine, her phone, her iPad, and some of her belongings. And she didn't tell any of her friends that she was going there to spend the night in the hotel with this same guy. Why she didn't disclose that to her friends is what is very much unclear, because she has been courageous enough to tell them about the guy. And why was she not courageous enough to tell them that she was going to spend the night with this guy? For me, that was where she failed, and that was the last time anybody saw her alive. So after 3 days, the family and friends started looking for her. They called all her phone numbers, none was reachable. The family went to the school to check on her. Nobody agreed seeing her. They then proceeded to the police station to make a report. Police then took them to the mortuary to identify a dead body that was recovered in the hotel. To their greatest surprise, it was Deborah's dead body. This was just a girl that went to school for clearance and ended up in the mortuary. It's a shocking moment no family will want to experience, and a shocking moment the family will never forget in their life. After spending so many years in school, nothing like this happened. Now that she has ended up, she had lost her life. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. The police then told them how her dead body was recovered from the hotel, and also explained to them that CCTV camera in that hotel confirmed that Deborah actually came to the hotel to meet with the guy. It was the guy that murdered Deborah and wrapped her dead body with a cotton and a towel, and then stuck her under the frame of the bed. The same guy lodged in the hotel with a fake name and a phone number that has never been reachable. While the guy was checking out, he met with the receptionist that followed him back to the room to verify if the room was okay. She thought the room was okay. She never knew that Deborah had been murdered and stuck under the frame of the bed. Though she asked the guy how about Deborah, the guy lied to her. He told her that Deborah had checked out much more earlier. That was how she let her go. That is just how the guy escaped from the hotel. And now this is how they found out that Deborah has been murdered. While her dead body was still under the frame of the bed, other customers were still coming to the hotel to use the same room, but they never knew her dead body was right under the bed with them. But they only noticed that the foul smell coming out of the room, and they kept on complaining to the management. Just when all the complaints were getting too much that the cleaners had to go to the room to do a proper cleaning to that room. While they were doing that, they then find out that the dead body was right under the frame of the bed. They had to raise an alarm. Everybody that was around came around to see the unbelievable. Thereafter, they had to call to the police. The police came and took the body to the mortuary. Since then, they have been trying to locate Deborah's family. No phone number, no document to know who she was and where she came from. So the police then collected all the information they needed about Deborah from the family and started their investigations immediately. Somehow, somewhere within 2 weeks, that's the 2nd of July 2025, we were able to apprehend this young man within the school premises. Immediately, they found Deborah's phone and iPad with him, and he was taken to custody for more questioning. During the course of investigations, he confessed committed the crime but based it on his self-defense. According to his own story, he said he has never seen Deborah before. That was the first day he met Deborah, and Deborah was a run scare. And they had an arrangement that to spend the night together on a particular amount. So the second morning, he paid the amount they agreed on, but he was surprised that Deborah was still asking for 15k extra. So, and that money he was not having at that particular time. While he was about leaving the room, Deborah heard his shirt and started dragging him. He had to push her backwards so that he could find his way out of the room, and Deborah hit her head on the road and died immediately. He didn't know what to do next and to hit the dead body under the frame of the bed so that he could be allowed to go out of the hotel. He was then asked, now that you are claiming that it's a self-defense, how come you are now having our belongings in your possessions? This young man could not provide any answers to that. That was just the young man's side of the story. It's so unfortunate that Deborah is no more alive today to tell us her own side of the story. These are some of the things I've always talked about. Always know the kind of man you be with and always share your location. And maybe she did, maybe she would have still been alive today. This was a young girl that was so courageous enough to tell her friends that she wants to be with this guy. But she was not courageous enough to tell them that she wants to go and spend the night with this guy in a hotel. That was too bad. I just hope she gets the justice that she deserves, because the guy claiming that she was a runs girl, that doesn't matter anymore, because nobody deserves to die apart from murderers themselves. So guys, do help us share this video so that our sisters can learn from this. See you next time.